the drop of the 2 new enlisted paratrooper squads for Normandy, we are expecting a lot of new squads. And of course, this event squad I'm talking about has just been released, and these are, if you guys don't know, the FG-42 paratrooper squad and the Vickers Mark 1 No. 2 squad. And with that all said, let's start with the speculation, because in this video I'll be talking about what new squads that we can potentially see, and what we can see about the new potential progression that might be interesting. Number 1, it has been known that the Enlisted files has included new paratroopers for Enlisted, and these have the voice lines of the Italians, the Russians, the Germans, of course, the British, of course, as we can see right now, United States, and various other countries, including the French, which almost at this point confirms that there is going to be a French campaign with, as you can tell, French paratroopers. Now, the very interesting thing about these squads are the fact that these squads have been somewhat buff, according to the recent Enlisted patch, with them able to carry more ammunition, so that's going to be interesting. And the another thing is the fact that we might be having a British lineup. Now, as you can see, the British, in this case, the Axis, or should I say the Allied paratroopers with Vickers No. 1, No. 2, essentially has the Vickers machine gun. And this thing, I'm not talking about the plane-mounted one, I'm talking about the No. 1, the Mark 1 No. 2. Now, the interesting about this thing is the fact that this weapon is quite interesting, considering the fact that there is also a Vickers No. 1 Mark 1, which is essentially a gas-operated weapon, and there's the No. 2 Mark 1, which is the land service version. The interesting about these versions are the fact that they can be potentially added into a British campaign, or should I say a British faction. And as of right now, I'm assuming Enlisted is planning to do that with the British, and I honestly hope they can do it before the new progression hits. That will be amazing, which also leads to the fact that there might be an Italian faction, because if you want to add the British in Tunisia, you might as well just add the Italians, since both of them have a lot of very different assortments of weapons, such as Italian Caracanos and the British Enfields, which are amazing. So we might be seeing a British and Italian faction, which is cool, not to mention the fact that we are going to be potentially seeing a lot of new paratrooper squads for various different factions, such as the Russians, or should I say the Soviets. We are going to be seeing squads for the Italians, as I can probably tell. We have new squads for the British, which already have come, and most importantly, we have the French, who are going to be in, assumingly, a new French campaign, or this could be also a very high possibility, they are going to be a premium squad in Tunisia, which is not far-fetched, because Enlisted has been known for charging us money for paratroopers, which is very, very sad, as you can tell by the first paratrooper that they released. But needless to say, paratroopers are going to be the new event squads for Enlisted. I'm honestly assuming that for now on, Enlisted is just going to give us paratrooper squads, and yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Another interesting thing is the fact that this event is going to be longer, which means it's going to be taking around 25 days. And an interesting fact is that this points earned has been increased to 12k, which is a lot if you ask me, even for the free-to-play player. And honestly, if you ask me once again, I think this is a fair assessment, because these squads, although not overpowered, are more powerful than the regular squads. And for those that are wondering how good is the Vickers Mark 1 No. 2, it is not that great. As a matter of fact, the entire sight is being covered by the face. Essentially, you'll just be using a DT-29, but the entire sight is covered by a metal piece that has a hole in it. So that's going to be very, very unfortunate. But that said, that's all for this video. What do you think of the new premium squads? What do you think of my speculation? And would you guys like to see new paratrooper squads from other factions? But that said, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.